on black. You can see that. So I do my magic, and Tance magically falls to the ground. Bah. But I end up in some sort of controlling position, right? And this way, I'm really not in a dominant, I'm not in a dominant controlling position, but I do have a foot, right? So if I did single leg, I may have ended up here. If I've done double leg, I may have ended up here, okay? I'm still not in a dominant position, but I've got a leg. You got to decide what you're going to do. So if I'm here, the basic thing that I like to do is once he hits, is I roll right up on him and I entangle this way. This is an overhook. It goes over the top of his leg like a headlock. I like to grab my shirt. That frees up this hand to push this away. Okay? Now, when Jiu-Jitsu was relatively new to America in the 90s, I saw people that would do this. They'd stand up and they'd drag this guy around until he tapped. Some people tapped, not everybody. I don't know if that was a lot of pressure. You probably would not tap from that. So again, what do we need to do? We need to isolate. I'm going to push this out. I'm going to step down on it. Now, I've isolated this. Notice, I'm no longer on his calf. I'm on the inside of the ankle and on the Achilles. This foot does something. Okay? Now, Tance, count from 1 to 10 as I apply pressure. 10 or 7 or 8, whenever you're ready, you will tap, right? So again, out loud. Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, he got the 4 before I got to that. There's a threshold. Like he can take this all day. Once I get to here, it changes everything. Now, if he's super smart, all he has to do is get past this foot. And then he sits up on top of me and I lose. So what do? First of all, I anticipate every opponent, even if they're new, can get lucky, and some, like Tance, are just smart. He's seen it. I'm gonna go ahead and lock this position here, and instead of me holding him here, I pinch my knees and I rotate to the side and hug. Now, when I go to crank him, I'm in a better position. All right? Make sense?
Sure.
So, if we're here, the beauty is he can't toe hold me or heel hook me. That's one good thing. I'm in a pretty good position. Once he gets control of my foot, now he can toe hold me or he can heel hook me, whatever he wants to do. Toe hold beats calf crush, heel hook beats calf crush. You see why it's important to protect your foot? All right. If someone gets you in this position and it's tight at all, in training, just tap, because they will rip your knee off. You don't feel any pressure. It goes 1, 2, 10. You never get through 3 to 9. So I could be cranking him all day, and he just twists a little bit, and I'll be like, okay, because you'll get mangled up. Now, he does toe hold. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then, it hurts a lot. So again, he adds a little bit of pressure, I add pressure, and then suddenly I'm like, okay, I've had enough. So you just got to know where your threshold of pain is. So I'm focused on trying to tap him out. It's going 1, 2, 3, kind of slowly, and he cranks, and mine goes from 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 quickly. You just need to understand that these are more dangerous. All right. So let's talk about, people are asking, well, what are the leg locks? What should we do? So I'm here. I've just thrown him, okay? If I can get to this leg, overhook's going to be calf crush for the most part. Underhook is going to give me an opportunity to do knee bar. Now, I do want to clear this. I want to step here and I want to sit down on him and I want to hug this. If his shin is pointing in any direction other than on my chest, I don't have knee bar. So I'm going to go to where the shin is. Does that make sense?
Sure.
But I would agree his shin is facing my chest.
Sure.
How about now?
No.
How about now?
No.
So guys, I've seen people trying to knee bar people like this. I'm like, okay, move your body about 180 degrees, and you're there. Squeeze with the thighs, okay? Now, he's got a big stinking leg with a lot of hamstring back there. I could try to raw him here, but instead I'm just gonna sit back, control this. I pulled myself away from him, hard for him to choke me, hard for him to get to a leg, hard for him to armbar me, and then I just start cranking this. Now, he went ahead and tapped, but let's say that he's way stronger, and I'm really pulling, and I'm not getting it. All I gotta do is move to the leg, and now I've got it behind my back. Now I'm gonna use my back muscles, which are way stronger. See my legs curl. Jennifer, come around this side. My legs curl, and then I arch my back like I'm doing an arm bar. And that will work. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me unwind it. Here I am. Here this is. This isn't bad. I can do the other shoulder if I want. Doesn't matter. Once I get him, I hold him until he taps. His best defense is to put this foot on my butt and get this leg out. Hard to do, but if he can, now he's free. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, toe hold. I like toe hold from the guard. All right, so if he's got me in the guard, I'm gonna try to break, and I'm gonna try to get to where I'm hand on the knee, hand down the shin, pinky finger, pinky toe. I'm telling you guys, somebody's gonna be like, I got it, pinky finger, pinky toe. It ain't gonna work. If it's his left leg, it's my right hand every single time. If it's his right leg, it's my left hand every single time, pinky finger, pinky toe. All right, now here's the beauty of this thing. In the old days, when jiu-jitsu was new, you come out from the knee a little bit, you pin with your body, and you push down on this ankle, and they tap. People don't tap very much anymore. Even if I crank the toe, they don't tap very much anymore. Let's go ahead and make the lock. Grab. Now watch. Bend. And then I'm going to entangle to get this, but he can still escape. If he pulls his right leg in, rolls over on his face, then I've got to do something else. I really don't have him very well. All right? I can still crank him a little bit here, but now I don't have as much base. He can start trying to sweep me. He kicks my foot. He rolls me back. Now he moves to the top. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So, we'll do it this side. Here, right? I go to make this, and he's gonna roll. I'm just gonna entangle this leg. You guys see how now I'm on his leg? Let's go back a half step. See how I'm now on his leg? Right? The closer you are up on him, the more control you have, the better this toe hold works. Okay, now remember, I'm not trying to bend his ankle this way. Chances is not too painful, is it?
No, sir.
Right? That's what you want. Curl the toes this way. It's toe hold to affect the ankle. Toes affects the ankle. This isn't going to do a whole lot. Pretty strong. Make sense?
Sir.
All right. Questions on toe hold? Why am I putting us all this on video for you guys?
So we can watch it later.
Hopefully you guys go back and watch this thing later and say, oh, how do we do this? You know, hopefully Jennifer does a good job with the videography. Okay? Toe hold, knee bar, calf crush, heel hook. All right. Save the best for last. I can make heel hook in two ways. One can be this way. This is the worst one. Likewise, not only can he roll, but now he can kick me in the face with that foot. Bap! And he rolls. And now I've lost him. All right? This one is not as effective, but still you can tear up the knee. Same thing we just got through talking about. He can roll, get that foot out, he escapes. We got to immobilize. If we don't immobilize, he's probably going to squirrel out of it, right? So, I pass the foot, underhook, this under my armpit. Hook the heel. Everybody see I've got the heel? Imagine I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger and I want to do a bicep curl. Curl the heel, right? I don't want him to move, so I'm going to entangle here. Now, I could turn this way. That affects the hip. If I rotate this way, it affects the knee. It's called heel hook. The ankle's reasonably strong here. It'll affect the weakest joint. In this case, probably the knee. Okay? If I want to get it better, I can lay down, I can entangle, and he's already uncomfortable. I'm not going to apply any additional pressure. So when the foot goes this way, extra bad. Foot goes this way, awful bad anyway. Okay, let's see the other one real quick. Pinky finger, pinky toe for toe hold, right? Same sort of thing, hook the heel. Again, I want to immobilize if I can, so I entangle here. Again, if I do this, I can affect the hip a little bit. But if I do this, I can work that knee, okay? If I don't feel like I've got enough juice or I don't have enough torque, I sit back, I entangle, and then I lift. I pull my hand towards my face and rotate this way, okay? The foot comes out, I got nothing. I have to go for something different. Questions on those 4 basic knee attacks? I'm sorry, leg attacks. Thank you, brother. We're going to take a minute and we're going to fight. Everybody grab a partner close in size.